Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Season 2 here at the Grace Regato Softball Field, home of Babe Ruth, or the Babe Ruth Complex. It's kind of strange. This is Division 2. Classical is ranked number 31. They made the state tournament. They got a home game. And they're playing against the GPL team they played twice this year already, Medford. So this is a big game for both teams. It means moving on in the tournament. It also means winning the series. They split the two games. They beat each other once during the season. And now they're playing now in a very big game. Michaela Poisson on the mound. Olivia Tufts, the shortstop, leading off for Medford. So a little bit of a ride for Medford, but not as big a ride for some of these teams have had to go through. Driving to the Cape and cross country and crossing time zones. It's been really insane, the new tournament. It's nice that it's statewide. You get to have one championship. You do anyway, but it's nice that they narrow it down so that the entire state plays in each division. This is Division 2. But they got to find a way to cut the traffic down, especially with gas prices the way it is and for the fans. Hit in a right center field for a base hit. So Tufts gets the first hit, leading off the ball game. Medford has a runner at first.
Yeah, they're Medford fans. Can you lead them up? Is what they said.
What they say?
For Candy?
How do you pronounce it?
Lead them up. Lead them up.
Emma Riley, the third baseman, is the hitter. So Riley grounds to short. Makes the put out at second. Riley will change places with Tufts. Slicing foul down the right field line. Hit off for a foot foul. This is Julian McDonough, the first baseman for Medford. So it's kind of strange. You work all year to get to this point. You're happy you make the state tournament. You're looking to play different teams from different areas. And you wind up playing the team you played twice already this year from the same league. Medford is 14-4. Classical is 14-6. I'll let you figure out how Classical got the home game. Nice stop by Izzy Fessler. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the first. hit foul again. Strike 3 called. Good pitch on the outside corner. Six of the Lynn teams made the state tournament. Solid shot, foul past third base. This is Rebecca Price, the pitcher. All 4 boys teams, Glasgow and St. Mary's girls. Other than St. Mary's, Glasgow is the only team to get a home game. If they win this, they'll be on the road. St. Mary's girls #1, so they'll keep playing at home. St. Mary's boys #5 in baseball, so they'll get 1 or 2 games at home. But not bad. 6 of 8 teams make the tournament when we spread the talent as far and wide as we do with 5 high schools in the city, plus teams going to Bishop Fenwick and St. John's Prep. Says a lot about the city and the coaches, the job they do. In the air. Had it, dropped it. Mills got to it, moved over to left center field, had it, just closed the glove too soon. So the error extends the inning, puts a runner in scoring position for Medford. And Cata DeRusso, the catcher, will be the hitter. Right over the ball, to the left of the ballpark, over right field of the baseball diamond. Big puffy white clouds. Above the park here, nothing but blue skies, sun shining brightly, but there's a little bit of a cool breeze, makes it a little bit chilly. Have to wear a sweatshirt. Hit the second base, knocked down. Staying with it. Amanda Tobin did a nice job. She stayed with it. And got it over to Reese Sprinkler. So DeRusso is out 4-3. Medford threatens with the hit and the error. But Poisson gets the ground out to end the inning. She picked up a strikeout. And Glasgow will have an opportunity to get on the board first. It'll be Manuela Lozado DHing for the left fielder. She got hurt in the last game. I don't know if it's her leg or her thigh. So she's not out in center field in this one. They switched Rachel Dana from left to center. So Lozado hitting for Mills in left field leads off. Michaela Poisson, the pitcher, bats second. Catching and batting third, Izzy Fessler. The first baseman, Reese Sprinkler, will hit in the cleanup spot. Nevaeh S., the shortstop, hits #5. Batting sixth and playing center field, Rachel Dana. The right fielder, Gianna Kyoto, will hit #7. Hitting eighth and playing third base, Emily Teneo. And Amanda Tobin, the second baseman, will hit in the number 9 spot. Rebecca Price on the mound, throwing to DeRusso, the catcher. So a bit of a trip from Medford to get here, but as I mentioned, no, we're near some of the trips. Belchertown had to come to Peabody to play Bishop Fenwick yesterday. We should mention we had a couple of other teams make the state tournament too in lacrosse. The Lynn Jets and St. Mary's Girls. So Manuela Lozado, this is unusual for her to hit in the leadoff spot. She usually hit down in the number 4, the cleanup spot. Strong, very good hitter. It hit her on the arm, and she's already hurting with her thigh or her leg, and now she gets hit on the elbow or the hand. Hopefully she's okay. So the first pitch gives Classical a base runner. Coach Gavali out checking on her with the trainer. And she says she's okay. She's going to go to first base. So she's got to think she's jinxed. They moved her out of center field and up in the top spot because she's hurting a little bit. And the first pitch hits her. And all of a sudden, that sun, I said there was bright, tucks behind a cloud momentarily. High for a ball. So Price on the mound, lefty. So Classical hasn't faced too many lefties. Pitcher against pitcher here. Michaela Poisson up. Price on the mound for Medford. First 2 pitches missed for 2-0. High and tight, almost hit her. 3-0. In for a strike, taking all the way. So normally you'd come here a little bit nervous, tension, jitters. Tournament, it's tournament, new season. You came here today saying almost like it's another GBL game. She tried to bunt that pitch, it might have been ball 4. Count goes full, 3-2. Decent little crowd. Medford brought some people. Classical's got some people out here in center field. And so Price comes back to get the strikeout. She was down 3-0. Izzy Fessler, the catcher, having a very good year. High for a ball. Hit right by the third baseman. Solid shot by Fessler. So Medford had 2 on with 2 out. Classical has 2 on with 1 out for Reese Brickler. Multi-sport athlete here at Classical. Looking for a chance to get Classical on top. Hits it high in the air to center field, backing up off the center fielder's glove. One run scores. Brickler winds up with a double. Fessler had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. She gets the third. Lozado scores easily. Andrews, the center fielder, just kept going back and back and finally reached up and just ticked off her glove to the fence. And I'm wrong. Brinkley got a single. She didn't get an RBI. The bases are loaded. They waited. Lozado not running as well as you would expect with that injury. So Brinkley winds up with a single. And now the strikeout for the second out. Normally would score easily from second on that hit to the fence. Lozado held up to see if it would be caught. I thought she scored easily. Hit the third. They make the force at third. Dana hit it well. So a bizarre inning. Brinkley hit what should have been a double, at least one RBI, possibly two. Classical leaves the bases loaded. They don't score. So Medford catches a huge break in the first inning. Classical should be on the board. Instead, it's 0-0. Classical Medford at the end of one. Carissa Andrews, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Kind of a bizarre inning. I automatically gave Brinkler a double and a run in. Then I looked up and the bases were loaded. The bunt is down. Boyshon does an excellent job fielding. Let's hope Andrews is okay. She tripped over the base and went down, but she's up, thank God. She got the bunt down. She can fly. But Boyshon made the nice defensive play and threw her out. So one pitch, one out in the second inning. Isabella Casco, the second baseman, is the hitter. Hit foul off the backstop. It was early in the game, but I bet Classical wishes now they put a runner in for Lozado. Hit foul again. Quickly 0-2. Hit in a right field for a base hit. She kind of chopped at that one and went the other way with it. Slapped it in the right field for a base hit. Kaylee Laidlaw, the left fielder, is the hitter, hitting from the left side. She goes the other way and lines it foul off one of the cars that parked over there. That's not the best place in the world to park. Chased that pitch. It was way up and in and fouled it off the backstop. Quickly 0-2. Chased the pitch again, way over her head. Boyshon got a lot of help on that pitch. Two-way for Lorelei Govic, the right fielder. And I hope I'm pronouncing some of these names correctly because they always give me the bottom of the score sheet. And sometimes they don't write hard enough. It doesn't go all the way through. And I have to strain to find out the name.
Just with AJ.
Two and 0. Top of the order on deck.
I can't hang up because I'm recording.
In for a strike. Porchon just keeps getting better, improving by leaps and bounds every game. In for a strike again. So we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Inning number 2. That was right in on the hands last second. Swing, in and out swing. Pushed it foul. Past first base. And we'll do it again at 2 and 2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts after the base hit. So Medford is out in the second inning. And once again, Costco will have an opportunity to get on top. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Gianna Kyoto, Emily Teneo, Amanda Tobin to face Rebecca Price, starting her second inning. And she got a big break in the first inning because it's hard to believe that the runner from second didn't score on a hit over the center fielder's head that bounced away. But everybody, the runners at first and second, they all held up thinking that the center fielder going back, Andrews, might make the play. Then when she didn't, they had to take off from there. And it wound up, instead of a run, second and third, wound up bases loaded. Dana, the last hitter, after a strikeout, hit it right on the nose, but hit it right at the third baseman who made the play at third base for the third out. And Glasgow didn't get on the board. So Gianna Kyoto leads it off. Hits it foul off the backstop. Chased the low pitch, now she chases a high pitch. And quickly it's 0-2. And that's strike 3. So Price starts the second inning with a swinging strikeout. Her third, Emily Teneo, the third baseman, will be the hitter. Low for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. Count evens at 1. Inside for a ball. Swing and a miss. Hit foul. Off the backstop.
But it's almost done. It's almost perfect.
Swing and a miss again. Impressive start in the second inning for Price. 2 swinging strikeouts. She's got 2 in each of the first 2 innings. Amanda Tobin, the second baseman, will be the hitter. With the top of the order on deck. Shot hit the left field, off the left fielder's glove, all the way down in the corner. Tobin in with a double. So Classical has another runner in scoring position, this time with 2 outs for Manuela Lozado. The first pitch she saw hit her on the arm or the elbow. She wound up at first base. She was the one on second that only got to third on that shot by Brinkler. And we mentioned she's leading off and not playing like she normally does in center field because she's banged up a bit with the leg or the thigh. Hits it solidly foul, got way out in front of it, pulled it foul. Up and away for a ball. She'd love to get a 2-out hit here. The pitcher, Poisson, on deck. Down and in. Three-one the count. And that's ball 4. So Lozado's on for the second time. And I think they're going to do here what they should have done in the first inning. Put a runner in for Lozado. I think it's Maddie Mega who's going to run. He did that in the first inning. They would have a run now. So 2 on with 2 outs. Poisson can help herself. In for a strike. And it's not Meager, it's Lily Newell who's running at first base. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Pitcher against pitcher. Low and away. The runner takes off, in with a stolen base. So first and third now. Haskell has their second runner to third. Jeez, that pitcher was down in the dirt. So Price gives up a walk and a double, but she strikes out the side. Haskell leaves 2 more on base. Wait a minute now. I'm not sure what's happening. Poisson's back up. I don't know if they called. I think they called an illegal pitch. Now it's strike 3. Everybody had to go back out in the field, take their positions, runners go back. I believe they called an illegal pitch that extended the inning, but she gets her 3rd strikeout anyway. Price is struck out. She's living on the edge. Bases loaded in the first, 2-1 in the second, but she struck out 5, and it's still 0-0. Haskell and Medford at the end of 2. That was Amanda Tobin with a nice running catch. She went way to her right, almost behind second base, and picked it off and took a base hit away from Olivia Tufts, who got a base hit leading off the game. She almost had 2. So the first out is a very nice defensive play by Amanda Tobin. foul behind home plate. So Tobin has made her presence felt in this tournament game right off the bat. A double, stranded at third, and now the defensive play. Emma Riley bounced a shot, force out at second. Strike 3 called on the corner. Nice pitch by Poisson. So 2 up, 2 down. Julia McDonough, the first baseman, was called on strikes. Her first trip. High for a ball. So Classical has been all around the base pass, but they haven't scored yet. Down the way for a ball. Medford got one runner as far as second base, and that was thanks to an outfield error. But Poisson got a ground out to get out of the inning. Hit in the right center field. Nice shot by Kyoto to hold it to a single. McDonough, that looked like it was going to be extra bases in right center field. Kyoto got to it very quickly and got it back quickly, so it's only a single. Rebecca Price, the pitcher, hit the fly ball that was dropped in the outfield that moved that one runner that reached second base back in the first inning. The high and away, scooting over to second is McDonough. She hesitated, then when the Fessler couldn't get it when it was high up and away, knocked it down. She took off and slid in safely at second base. Swing and a miss. So there's a case here again where a pitcher can help herself. Price with a runner in scoring position in a 0-0 game. She's the cleanup hitter for Medford. Hits it to left field, backing up, making the play is Mills. Price hit that a ton. Mills dropped the last one, but she made sure she held on to that one. That was hit solidly with the runner scooting around third. So Medford leaves another base runner. And for the third straight inning, Classical has a chance to get on the board first, as it's still 0-0. I mentioned it. You know, Belchertown had to come to Peabody. You know, the Classical boys baseball team, starting to play just about now, had to go to Fall River. English boys baseball field had to go to Framingham. It's difficult with all the traveling. It's extremely difficult for the fans, family, relatives, classmates that want to watch their school play or their relatives play. With gas prices the way it is, it's awful difficult to travel all around the state. But the other major problem, the buses, all year long. Whether it was teams playing here in the GBL League or the Catholic Central League or the Northeastern Conference League, it was hard to get bus drivers and buses, and they were showing up late. Masconomet doesn't have to come that far. They were 45 minutes late because of bus problems. So now you're going to have buses and having trouble getting drivers. Now you're looking for drivers and buses and weekends and long trips, and makes it even more difficult. They got to find some way of cutting down the travel. Hit high and deep to left field, backing up. Left fielder Laidlaw. Fessler hit that a ton. Laidlaw was able to go back, field it for the out. Brinkler hit. I put on my score sheet a double, an RBI, but it was only a single because the runners at first and second only moved up one base. She was denied an RBI, and Classical was denied a lead in this game. when the runner's held up, thinking the ball might be caught, and then didn't get around very quickly around the bases. Swing and a miss on the first two. Took that pitch, it didn't miss by much. 1-2. Talking to Billy Devon, the athletic director of Classical, I didn't realize it. The same thing happened in volleyball. Medford had to come, they played Medford twice in volleyball, and they made the state tournament, and Medford had to come to Classical to play the state tournament volleyball game. So these two teams are meeting for the second time in the state tournament. Down and away for a ball. So she had her 2 strikes. Now she's got to come on the pitch or put Brinkler on. She drilled that one to the left center field. This is not going to be a single. She gets her double now. So Price had her 2 strikes. Went to 3-2 and Brinkler ripped it into left center field to the fence. And she's at second base. So for the 3rd inning in a row, Classical has a runner in scoring position. Second time with 1 out. They had the bases loaded the first with 1 out, when they should have had a run. Low for a ball. The shortstop was a strikeout victim her first trip. Low again for a ball. And that's ball 4. So for the 3rd time in 3 innings, Classical has 2 on. They had the bases loaded. They had 2 on with 2 out in the second. Now they got 2 on with 1 out for Rachel Dana, who hit it right on the nose and hit it right at the 3rd baseman. Hits it foul. A foot or 2 either way. Rachel Dana, who would have had a couple of RBI. Hit foul off the 3rd baseman. Put it in on the hands, she swung right through it. 6 strikeouts for Price. Gianna Kyoto struck out swinging her first trip. Swings and misses. Hit foul. Quickly 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. So after 1 out, a double and a walk, put 2 on. Price gets 2 more strikeouts back to back to get out of the damage. She's got 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. And at the end of 3, we're right back where we started. Dead even. Classical nothing, Medford nothing. Canada DeRusso, the catcher, grounded out second and first. So, but once again, Classical puts runners in scoring position, 2 on. Can't come up with a big hit.
All right.
in for a strike.
We'll be here.
5, 6, and 7 for Medford as we start the 4th inning.
Yeah, have a sharpie. Alright. I know, but I'm recording right now.
Down and in for a ball.
Alright. Alright.
Up and away for a ball. Chase that pitch was up in the strike zone, out of the strike zone. Hit foul. Just kicked out just before it got to third base bag. So those big puffy clouds have floated almost over the park, over the field.
He's just here.
Hit in the air to center field. Dana comes on and makes the play.
Probably, yeah.
Had to go a little bit to the left towards home plate, over into right center field. Carissa Andrews laid down what she thought was a perfect bunt. Poisson outdid her defensively and threw her out.
Yeah.
And nice to see she's okay because she tripped over the first base bag and went down. Looked like she went down hard, but she got very quickly. Which
No,
was,
it didn't go. It didn't go.
thank God for that.
None of us really want.
Foul, quickly 2 strikes.
And there was a handful of people anyways, I want Brian told me. A handful.
Way up and in, she swung right through it. Poisson got a lot of help on that strikeout. She's got at least 1 in every inning.
Hello?
Isabella Casco, the second baseman, singled.
I'll talk to you. I'm recording.
Pops it up. Nice running catch.
The Sharpie's in his car.
Teneo with the nice play. It might have been fair, might have been
Sharpie's in
foul,
his
could have been trouble. Teneo tracks it down. First 1, 2, 3 inning in the ball game for either side.
I'll talk to him.
We're halfway through the ball game.
Yeah.
Has still nothing to choose between these two Greater Boston League participants. 0-0. Price will start her 4th inning.
Alright.
She's given up 4 hits. Poisson's given up 3. Classicals had the better of the scoring opportunities, but they haven't been able to cash in yet. The winner of this will be on the road because we mentioned Classical's number 31, Medford's number 34. And I still don't know how they did that. If the coach, Medford, told me her record was 14-4. Classical's 14-6. They're both in the same league, so I don't know how the league schedule. Classical, I think, may have played a couple of outside games that may have given them an extra point or two, because now it used to be you line up everybody by record. And one plays 32, 2 plays 31. Now it's your schedule, the league you play in, and then third comes your record. you can be undefeated, but if you're playing a league that the MIAA deems not to be that strong, you could be in trouble. Price with a very nice play. Outstanding defense, throws Teneo out. Teneo got it down. Looked good going down. So both pitchers have helped themselves defensively. Not as easy for Price, left-handed.
Yeah, he's coming right now.
Hit into right field. Caught and dropped. Tobin's going to reach for the second time, this time on the error. Right fielder had it off her glove, kind of rolled up her arm a little bit, and it fell to the ground. And Manuela Lozado will be the hitter. She's been on base twice. Got hit by the first pitch she saw, and then walked. Down and away for a ball. We already saw Tobin steal third. So she's a threat on the base pass. Punch to the shortstop. And he threw it away, but Tobin's not able to go anywhere because he was diving back to first base. Was out here on the nose and hit it right to the shortstop. Tufts. So 2-0, so now they might try to get Tobin to second base. Tufts tried to make the double play, threw it in the dirt. It bounced behind first base. She faked the bunt to try and help Tobin. Who was going on the play. So Klaskal has another runner in scoring position, and for the second time, Poisson can help herself. Punch foul to the third base coach, who was the Klaskal coach, Joe Moran. Coach Gambale over at first base. Poisson has struck out swinging twice. Swings and misses. Foul off the backstop. So would love to get a base hit, get Klaskal on the board. Break this 0-0 tie. Now we got Coach Gambale talking to Poisson, asking for time. Granted by the plate umpire. Tobin reached on the error, stole second. She's there with 2 outs. Fourth straight inning. Klaskal has a runner in scoring position. Hit. The right fielder makes the play this time. Poisson hit it well. Kovic went back and made the play, with Tobin rounding third, looking to score the first run of the game. So, for the fourth straight time, Klaskal leaves the runner in scoring position. And we're still dead even, 0-0, Klaskal and Medford at the end of 4. Tying the fifth, it'll be 8-9-1 for Medford. Kaylee Laidlaw, the left fielder. Struck out swinging her first trip. That fourth inning was the first inning that Price didn't get a strikeout. She had 7 through the first 3. So again, Klaskal has been all over the base pass, but they haven't been able to come up with the big hit. Poisson almost got it. She hit that a long way to right field the opposite way. Hit foul again, quickly 2 strikes. to the Medford left fielder.
He's crazy, right? When you got your pizza, you just lock your door.
Strike 3 called. Porchon gets laid low for the second time. This time called. Govic, the right fielder. Struck out swinging. It's been a change of outfielders. Mills, the left fielder, dropped a fly ball in the first inning that extended the inning. Then she went back and made a nice play on Price's long drive to left field. The hitter up now, Govic, dropped the ball with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth to allow the runner to reach. Then she went back and made the nice catch on Poisson's solid shot to right field. So mirror images. Left field for Glasgow, right field for Medford. High for a ball. Swinging a miss for strike 3. Porchon starts the 5th with 2 strikeouts called and swinging. Olivia Tufts, the shortstop, single leading off the ball game. Last time up, she thought she had her second hit. Hit the shot, Neth. 6-3 goes the play for the third out. She thought she had her second hit. She hit one right directly almost over the second base bag. Amanda Tobin made a nice running catch going way to her right and picking that pop-up, taking a hit away. So second straight 1-2-3 inning for Porchon. She's retired 7 in a row. And it may sound like a broken record, but for the 5th straight time, Glasgow has a chance to get on the board first. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the middle of the order. For the Lady Rams, patient Rebecca Price, who's been living on the edge, but she's get out of it with big strikeouts. That auto you heard driving up behind me was one of those driven off the road by some wacky driver who pulled up behind me and almost ran me over. A little bit off the beaten path, I think. Only because I know him, I will not call the police. Izzy Fessler singled and hit a shot that the left fielder tracked down, Laidlaw. Hit in the left center field, in the gap. They throw the ball away, she's going to go to second. She took the turn, they held it to a single. But when they held it to a single, the throw got away. The errant throw allows her to go to second base. And Glasgow, for the 5th straight inning, has a runner in scoring position. For the first time, they have it with nobody out. Reese Sprinkler has singled and doubled. She thought she had an RBI in the first inning, and I thought she had a double. but the runners didn't move up. They only moved up one base, and she wound up with a single, and Classical left the bases loaded. Hit foul again, 0-2. So 0-2 to the Ram first baseman. Solid shot. She ripped that way out in front and pulled it foul. That was a rocket down the third baseline. Joe Moran, the third base coach, ducked for his life. She'd like to straighten one of those out. Hits it foul again. Pitch was off the plate, but she's got to protect it with 2 strikes. In on the hands. Popped up. And the catcher runs out of real estate as it bounces on top of the Ram dugout. So Brinkler hanging in. Price had it last time, 0-2. Ran the count to 3-2, and Brinkler drilled it into left center field for a double. Hit. Pop up. The pitcher will make the play right at the mound. So Price gets a good hitter out on the pop-up. There at the struck out and walked. The shortstop. Swing and a miss. Popped up. Third baseman with some room makes the play. So leadoff hit, a stolen base, and now 2 infield pop-ups. And they leave it up to Rachel Dana. Hit it on the nose to the third baseman for a force at third to end the first inning. Last time up, she struck out swinging. Fessler, the runner at second. Hit foul off to the right side. Off the catcher. Pascal has another runner at third. First 2 innings they got a runner to third base but couldn't get her home. Down and away for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. And we get a timeout again. Coach Gambale talking to his hitter. They count 3-2 on Rachel Dana, the center fielder. Hit foul. Rachel Dana hanging in against Price. High for ball 4. So let's see what Medford does. Wow. Wow. That's not a good call. She slid into second base. The throw was high. She got underneath the tag, but the umpire called her out, and the umpire is going to go talk to the plate umpire. The third runner at third didn't get off the bag, didn't score. So if she's out, the run's not going to score. So she's out. She kind of walked to second base, didn't look to get in a rundown. Kind of bizarre play to end the inning. If anything else, you might have stopped, tried to get a rundown, kill some time to let the runner from third score. But she kind of walked to second base. The throw was very high. It looked like she got under the tag, but the umpire quickly said out. And we finished the fifth inning, and still nothing to choose. It's still dead even. 0-0, Classical Medford at the end of 5. 2, 3, and 4 for Medford as we start the sixth inning. You kind of get the idea that one run could win this game. Classical has threatened every inning. That was a bizarre ending. She didn't wait to steal second. She just walked to second and took off, walked to first and took off for second. Didn't try to get in a rundown. It didn't try to hold up. It did look like the throw was high and she slid under the tag, but still, the umpire called her out. They could have held up, got into a bit of a rundown, hesitated, took some time, let the runner from third score, but the runner had no chance of scoring from third on that play because the pitcher still had the ball on the mound.
This is like 2 or something. I forgot the time.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
I don't know about Monday because Monday's graduation day.
That was Riley, the third baseman, going down on strikes. Julie McDonough, first baseman, was called on a strikes and singled. Takes it high and away for a ball.
The BBC again?
The BBC? The BBQ?
Yeah, whatever. Maybe? Thinking about it.
Who else is going?
In for a strike.
Apparently there's more people, I don't know. But you said that last time.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad the last time.
Yeah, it was alright.
Hits it just inside the right field line, down the corner. Around second, heading for third. In with a stand-up triple is McDonough. Medford 60 feet away from taking the lead. And Rebecca Price, the pitcher, can help herself. She has reached on an error. Her fly ball was dropped, and she hit a long fly to left field that Mills made a nice running catch on. She bats right and throws left. Solid shot into left field for a base hit. So Price breaks the ice after McDonough gets the triple. Medford is the first to get on the board. They'll have a runner for Price at first base. And DeRusso, the catcher, is grounded out and flied to center field. So 2 solid shots after a strikeout in the 6th. Boychan had retired 8 in a row before giving up the triple. And Price ripped it. She hit it hard the first 2 times, 0 for 2. But she made sure that one. in for a strike. So Classical has had all kinds of scoring opportunities. Medford really hasn't. They had 2 on in the first with 2 outs, a runner on in the third with 2 outs, a runner on in the second with 1 out. Classical's had the bases loaded. They had 2 on in every inning but the fourth, and they had a runner go to second. And it's going to go out of play, off to the right side. So Classical now has to play catch-up. As we're late.
Is it not on autofocus or what?
Hit foul again off to the right side.
But I think it wasn't on autofocus.
Line shot. Down the corner. Second triple in the inning.
I think it just wasn't on autofocus.
So after 0-0,
Because now it's
8 in a row she retired. She gives up 2 triples and a single in the next 3 hitters. And all of a sudden it's 2-0. Carissa Andrews, the center fielder, was tried to bunt and got thrown out by Porchon. Last time up, she struck out swinging.
way the bottom one.
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole 17.
Swing and a miss. She's the center fielder for Medford. Medford Mustangs. They know each other well, these two teams. Nice stop by Fessler. Hit foul. Hit foul again, off to the right side. Popped up. And there will make the play. That's a big out with the runner at third. 2 away. In the sixth, the big inning for Medford. Isabella Casco, the second baseman, singled and popped to third. Nice stop by Fessler. So one of these two teams will be wrapping it up, finishing the season, getting ready for summer activities. The other will be moving on. Regardless of who wins this one, they'll be on the road and traveling to who knows where. Foul ball. Kyoto trying to make the running catch. Low for a ball. Medford has 3 hits on the game coming into the scene. They got back-to-back-to-back hits to give them 3 more. Hit by the mound. F will make the play. So they get the third out. Stop the runner from third scoring. But 2 triples and a single gives Medford the 2 runs on the board.
I didn't even notice.
I wish it was the whole time because I had to
6 strikeouts for Poisson in the game, but she's trailing 2-0.
She didn't notice that.
And for Classical, it'll be 7, 8, and 9. Gianna Kyoto, Emily Teneo, Amanda Tobin, the 3 scheduled hitters. And now Price, for the first time in the game, will take the mound with a lead, as she helped herself with that big RBI single. And then the pinch runner for her scored the run to make it 2-0.
Or is it the bottom?
This is the top.
What is it? The 6? It's still says 6. No.
Swing and a miss.
8. Wait, 8?
Is it? Can't go. You should just start drawing. And you might know.
Kyoto was struck out twice.
But you can't really see.
It's 8. It's 8.
Shortstop makes a great play. That's an ESPN highlight. She took a base hit away from Kyoto. That looked like a sure hit, maybe extra bases in the gap. And she went high in the air as high as she could. And Olivia Tufts makes a tremendous defensive play to help Price out. Hit, center fielder coming on. Goes a long way toward the infield to make the play.
One less quick is the penalty, right? It doesn't matter.
So 2 quick outs in the 6th.
No one's really gonna notice that.
Amanda Tobin has doubled, reached on an error. She stole a couple of bases as well. High and tight for a ball. Missing for ball 2. In for a strike, 2-1. We mentioned this will also give the winner the advantage for the season. They split. They went 1-1 during the regular season. Up and in, 3-1. So she's been on base twice. She made a very nice defensive play earlier in the game. I don't think Amanda liked that pitch or the call either. First strikeout since the first 3 innings. She had 7 in the first 3 innings. She gets her 8th in the 6th, and Classical season is down to their final 3 outs in the 7th inning We finished sixth.
Quarterfinal
Medford
playoffs.
with 2 in the sixth. Leads Classical 2-0. Top of the seventh, first pitch down and away to Kaylee Laidlaw. Has struck out twice, 1 swing and 1 call.
Oh no, it's still young Simba. Oh, no, they're thank you. But my Discord Simba.
High and inside for a ball. Horseshaw has pitched well, but Medford finally got through in the 6th inning when 3, 4, and 5 got triple, single, triple. Pop, foul, out of play. 8, 9, and 1 for Medford here. The Mustangs leading it 2-0 over Classical. Strike 3 called on the corner. Hit foul. Govic, the right fielder, has struck out twice, both times swinging. And that hit her in the foot.
What's the draw by now?
No,
Easy.
yeah.
They checked with the bishop to see if she swung at the pitch. He said no, so the hit batsman goes to first. Olivia Tufts, the shortstop, made that outstanding play defensively, taking a hit away from Teneo in the 6th inning. She single, popped the second, grounded to short. Thought about it, held up. These are a couple of very big outs because lurking in the background are the 3 hitters that got the 3 straight hits to knock in the 2 runs. In for a strike. Strike 3, the hitter can't go. First base was occupied. The runner can go to second base.
No, when Rookie was like, what did I do?
Emma Riley, the third baseman, reached in the fielder's choice. Last 2 times she struck out. 1 called, 1 swinging. And a big out with the next 3 hitters, the difference in the game on deck. Chased a high pitch for strike 2. If you look into the 7th inning, it'll be 1, 2, 3 for Classical. Strike 3 called. She got 4 strikeouts in the inning.
You lied.
Give me 3 strikeouts in the inning. So Porchon finishes 7 innings. 2 runs are earned. Nine strikeouts. Gave up 6 hits. 3 of those came back to back to back. Triple, single, triple for the 2 runs. She hit a batter. And she's on the back end of a 2-0 score. And Classical needs an inning to keep their season alive. 2-0 Medford. Manuel Lozado got hit by a pitch, walked, and lined to the shortstop. Looking to go on base so the tying run can come to home plate. Hit foul off the backstop.
That's not a Kobe call. That's not a Kobe call. It's not. It's like a residue. They're trying to let us speak.
Popped up. Third baseman had to battle the ball and the fence at the same time. Lozado gets a life.
What happened to DG Joker?
Hit. It's in for a base hit.
Did you ever talk to him again? Did you ever talk to him again?
Yeah.
Porchon, the pitcher, has struck out twice and hit a shot to right field that the right fielder Govic tracked down. High for a ball. Solid shot. The left field shot it in and went over her head. She got a break. She winds up with a triple, and the ball was, she was almost out at third base. Porchon gets a triple. Don't look now. The tying run is at third base with nobody out.
Home is the energy.
For Issy Fessler. Glasgow finally gets on the board. Left fielder started in on that ball, then had to go back. It was over her head. Porchon took off for third. The throw was a little bit off the mark. The third baseman tried to catch it and tag at the same time. Porchon was able to get around her. She was almost out at third base.
Oh, they did. What did I think?
Not Medford,
But it doesn't make sense though. Oh, I get what I was thinking. So I knew.
Izzy Fessler's got 2 hits in 3 attempts. Sam was in the middle. She hit a long fly to left field.
So Medford is home?
Hit in the center field for a base hit. And don't look now, but Classical has a chance to win the game in the bottom of the 7th. They squandered a lot of opportunities, but they're getting it done now. Reese Sprinkler has singled and doubled in 3 trips. Takes the pitch high for a ball. Fessler, the winning run at first base. High for a ball. Well, Glasgow looked like they were dead in the water. All of a sudden, it's 2-2. Off the catcher, and the winning run goes up into scoring position. Reese Brinkle a chance to bring Fessler in with the winning run. Nice start by the catcher, DeRusso. Brinkle draws a walk. First and second. S, the shortstop, will be the hitter. She struck out, walked, and popped to third. You would think she would be bunting here as they call timeout and sandwich around Coach Moran in his first year, doing a nice job with the Lady Rams. So Medford was in the driver's seat leading 2-0. Now they have to hold on and hope they can go into extra innings. Takes the pitch high for a ball. Squared the bunt.
They try to like kill us off, right? I guess. So they can go to first base easily.
But that makes it easier for the back.
But like the pitcher has to run forward. Yeah.
Takes the pitch for a strike. They got the shortstop covering third. They got the center fielder coming all the way in to come for second base. Second baseman going over to first. I can't believe they're not bunting as she fouls the ball off for strike two. Hit to left field. Tremendous. They didn't advance. The left fielder fell down, making a tremendous catch. That should be number one on the ESPN highlight. And they didn't tag up. Even going back, they had a chance to tag up. The left fielder fell down. Safe for a stolen base. So second and third, the winning run 60 feet away.
Okay,
Rachel Dana bounced to third, struck out,
kind of interested because if this goes wrong,
got thrown out by the pitcher.
Dude.
wait.
High and tight for a ball. Rachel is the daughter of St. Mary's coach Derek Dana. I'm guessing he's here someplace watching this. She has a chance to win it for Glasgow. They score on the wild pitch and win the game. Unbelievable. I just saw Revere score 7 runs in the 7th inning to beat St. Mary's 7-6 here, and I thought that was amazing. And now Glasgow looked like they were dead in the water.
I swear they were gonna lose.
Dana squared the bunt. The ball got away from the catcher. And Fessler comes in to score the winning run. They get 3 after Medford got 2 in the 6th. And Glasgow's season is alive. They pick up their 15th win. They'll move on to play someplace. They win the series against Medford 2-1. It's going to be a very difficult bus ride back to Medford, losing this one. Medford, the only time they really challenged was in the 6th. McDonough led with a triple. Price, the pitcher, drilled a single to give her team the first run at 1-0. Caruso followed with a triple to make it 2-0. Porchon came up big. She got a pop-up to third and a ground out to short to stop the bleeding. And then Classico in the 7th. Lozado led off with a single. They pinch run for her. Porchon got a triple to knock in the first run. Fessler got a base hit to knock in the run to make it 2. She went to second on a wild pitch. Brinkler walked, double steal. They went to second and third. S flied out. A long drill with a left fielder, Laidlaw, made the catch of the year, and they didn't tag up, but then they went on the stolen bases, moved to second and third, and then the wild pitch on the attempted bunt by Dana brings in the run to make it 3-2, and that was the final score. Classical stays alive in the tournament. Medford finished up a very good year at 14-5, but again, it's going to be a very tough ride back, bus ride back to Medford. For Classical, Lozado was on base 3 times, a hit batsman, a walk, and a base hit, and she started the rally in the 7th inning. The pinch runner for her scored the run. Porchon struck out twice, fly to right, but she got a big triple to knock in the run to tie it. She scored on the base hit by Fessler, who had 3 base hits and scored a run in the game. Brinkler had a single, a double, and a walk, was on base 3 times. Eth drew a walk. Dana was at bat. She drew a walk. She was at bat, faking the bunt to help the run to score. Tobin had a double, reached on an error, made a nice defensive play at second base. Kyoto made a nice play, a defensive play in right field. Porchon hung in. She gave up the 2 runs, struck out 9, 6 hits, hit a batter. She gets the win on the mound. Classical will pick up their 15th win to go to 15-6. And all the scoring for Classical, they challenged. They had 3 on in the first inning. The run didn't score. It looked like a double for Brinkler. The runners didn't run. They stayed on the bases. They couldn't score. They left the bases loaded. They left 2 on in the second. They left 2 on in the third. They left another runner at second in the fourth. They left 2 on in the fifth. They left another runner on in the 6th. They finally got to it in the 7th with a hit, a triple by Porchon, a single by Fessler, a walk, and then the wild pitch. 3 runs all coming in the 7th inning. They'll take them all as they win it 3-2 over Medford. That gets them the win in the series at 3-2, and it gets them the 15th win, and they stay alive in the tournament, and they'll move on to play whoever, wherever, but they're not even going to think about that now. They're going to celebrate this win. So 3-2, Classical over Medford in a outstanding 7th inning and a come-from-behind win. Congratulations to Joe Moran, his first tournament win as a Classical head coach, and congratulations to the Ladies Rams for coming through in the 7th inning. 3-2, Classical over Medford. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.